he say I'm out? Sorry about that.
All right, good morning, or good afternoon, my goodness. All right, we're going to call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We'll do roll call.
Ms. Vukasich?
Here.
Mr. Taylor?
Here.
Ms. Stoller?
Here.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to add to the agenda the election of the positions. So for the vice president position, we'll start with that one. Do we have a motion for any particular committee member? Go ahead.
I nominate Megan.
All right, I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
And for the president? Any-
I'll nominate Jason Taylor.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, moving on to approval of the previous minutes from January 4th of this year. Are there any questions, comments, corrections? Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
A second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, moving on to the public hearing. Item A, Mid-State Trucking. Looks like Bree.
Hello, we are gathered here today for the consideration of a primary plat to approve Mid-State Trucking, which is 2 lots on 6.38 acres. Here you can see by the red arrow that this is located in West Fishers near the Bluestone subdivision. On your screen, you can see the actual plat itself, as well as the aerial view on the right side of the screen. I do want to call attention to the future access that is shown on the plat. So the current access will remain until a point when that residential property needs that future access. So what is interesting about this site is it is split zoned. So the lot on the left, known as Lot 2, is an R2 zoning district, whereas Lot 1 is in the C3. So the 2 proposed lots do meet their respective standards from the Fishers Unified Development Ordinance. It is also already annexed into the city. There are no changes to access as part of this plat. However, an encroachment agreement will be required with the Department of Engineering to allow a portion of the existing parking lot to encroach into the 60-foot half right-of-way along Allisonville Road. And once again, when that R2 lot number 2, is sold, an access easement will be placed to the north with the residential permitting process. All existing pedestrian pathways are slotted to remain, and there will be no changes to the existing landscaping or open space. All utilities will also remain, and no waivers are requested as part of this process. Here you can see the zoning layer superimposed over the plat itself. So first step that we are taking is we are platting this parcel. This will allow the applicant to use their parcel as they desire. And after that, then staff will initiate a rezone in order to correct this zoning, split zoning issue. So this plat is in line with the objectives of the Fishers UDO. The parcels are zoned C3 and R2, which aligns with the future land use plan. We do recommend approval of the plat on the condition that all TAC comments are addressed, as it does meet all local and state requirements. And I'm available for questions if you have any.
Thank you, Bree. Open it up for public hearing. Seeing that there's no one, we'll close the comment period. Do you guys have any questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah, I just have 2 clarifying questions. The first is about access. And can you point out again the access for this site because it is not off of a major roadway. So just want to make sure that that's clear.
Yes, so there is currently an access easement that travels through the C3 lot. Can't see my mouse. Travels through the C3 lot to that rear lot 2. In the future, when a new residential home or that residence is utilized as a separate entity, then the future access easement shown to the north of this plat will be recorded.
It'll be on the north side? The new access will be?
Yes, that's correct.
And the current property owner owns that parcel to the north as well, correct?
Yes. Mhm.
So, we're working on the plat, we're working on the zoning. What's the ultimate goal here?
So that mid-state trucking, currently being split zoned, it makes it very difficult for them to improve their lot. So they are wanting to add accessory structure and further improve their lot. However, with the split zoning, they would not be able to do so. So by platting this, making sure the zoning is accurate, they'll be able to have full use of their property.
Okay, so what are they looking for? Do we know what they're looking for as improvements to the lot?
So I don't have any official plans, but I do know they're going to do an accessory structure. So a garage or storage building.
Yeah, it's my understanding that the mid-state trucking parcel will be building an accessory structure on the red portion of that image. And when they approached staff, it was a split zoned property. And so we really needed to clarify what zoning standards apply. Is it residential? Is it commercial? It's historically been used as commercial for that portion of the property. It's mid-state trucking. And so we're trying to clean up the zoning right now. So the long-term plan, though, for the overall, for both of these parcels, I don't believe they have a plan for that residential piece right now. Is that correct?
Not at this time that they've notified me of.
So when they build this, I mean, this has nothing to do with the plat. I fully recognize that. But we upgraded the building standards in this part of town. Will that accessory structure be required to conform with those upgraded buildings?
So the new structure will have to meet all zoning standards that are in place today. Yeah, we haven't, if you're referring to the Allisonville corridor study,
Yeah.
No zoning updates have been made as a response to that study yet. But this new accessory structure will need to meet today's zoning standards.
Whatever time period in which they submit, right? If it's
Yeah.
submitted in 6 months and we do an update between now and 6 months, it will need to follow the new guidelines of that particular time.
Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
know, what was it, 5 years ago or so, we went through and we put in some, didn't we upgrade the building standards along Allisonville? I'm
No,
not
it
sure.
would have just been citywide.
It would have just been
It was citywide. So,
Okay.
I mean, it applies to this corridor, but it wasn't specific to it.
Okay. Okay. Like I said, I know that has nothing to do with the zoning here today, but given what we have going on with the Allisonville corridor study and things, I just want to make sure that we are making improvements in this area as we move forward in moving this through our system.
And this property is honestly just a bit of a mess because the zoning was taken from Noblesville, and we're trying to get it to a place where we can make those decisions, make better decisions on the site improvements moving
Okay.
forward.
And Bree, on the comments, the TAC comments, that the staff recommendation was the encroachment agreement part of the TAC comments?
Yes, and I
Okay.
do believe that's being finalized
It has
right
been,
now.
okay. Then, do we have any emotion?
One additional question, did they dedicate right-of-way along Allisonville Road as a part of this plat? Or are they going to be? They will be?
Yep.
Okay.
I believe that, my understanding is they will be. I don't know if it's occurred yet. I mean, we're going through the process now. But that's why the encroachment agreement is required,
Okay.
because when they dedicate that 60-foot half, it puts their existing parking lot inside the right-of-way line. So to be safe, we required an encroachment agreement. So if ever there's future improvements that need to be done, we aren't running into an issue.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Any more questions?
No.
Seeing none, then do I have a motion? I'll ma- go
I'll
ahead.
make a motion to
I'll s-
approve on the condition that all TAC comments are addressed.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and I believe that's all of our items. We don't have any old business. Any new business? Okay. Staff communication?
No staff
All right,
communication.
then do I have a motion for adjournment?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.